The Department for Social and Cultural Anthropology at the University of Zurich has approximately 800 students, out of which close to half are majoring in anthropology and the rest is taking this as their minor. We have about each 30 to 40 master and PhD students, and the rest is undergraduates.
The Department of Anthropology is a great place to study because of its emphasis of empirical methods, and not only in teaching but also in field work and field studies. And it's a great place to study because you have not only the Department of Teaching but as well a museum.
The Department for Social and Cultural Anthropology at Zurich is specific in that it has a very strong focus on Asia. That is to say, currently out of the 2 chairs that are occupied, one is dealing primarily with China, the other one with Central Asia, that is me. We give emphasis on empirical fieldwork for basically 2 reasons. One is that we believe this is how anthropology develops as an academic discipline, and second, because this is what qualifies students even if they don't continue in academia afterwards on the job market. And that's why we offer them possibilities for doing small-scale field research in Switzerland as well as abroad in places like Kazakhstan, China, Uganda during their undergraduate study.
Ethnographic Museum at the University of Zurich is a university research and teaching museum. Our collections hold about 40,000 objects from all over the world, with a collection which has an age of 125 years.
We do not just want to store our treasures in our storage rooms, but try to open them up and to link them not only to research, but showing the results of research to a wider public. Our aim would be to partner with local institutions, if ever possible, with university museums, and I'm sure that we could identify mutual and shared interests.
The museum supports cooperation between technicians and scholars, in that technicians and scholars do research on objects together. If we see that a student has special abilities for doing research on artifacts, we put them together with technicians and scholars to acquire abilities in both fields. When they come out of the museum, they are museologists, they know how a museum runs, and they have a PhD.
One reason to choose Zurich for a PhD is that we give quite big freedoms to the students who do a PhD here. A large part is spent in the field, and we have a graduate program in anthropology that all universities in Switzerland who offer anthropology combine. We offer modular seminars, 4 to 5 every year on special topics, where people from all over the world are invited to tutor and teach our graduate students.
I have 2 research projects at the moment. The first one is on Islamic finance, which is Sharia-compliant investing in stock markets. This also fits very well the department's regional focus on Asia. The second project I'm working on is on financial analysts. As you might know, financial analysts have a very large, powerful position in today's financial markets, and I'm trying to grasp what it does take from a culturally and social perspective to construct these forecasts. Here in Zurich, we are in a quite privileged position. We have many NGOs. We have the United Nations here in Switzerland. And so there are plenty of opportunities actually if you're from Zurich and you're a social anthropologist.
For my doctoral project, I studied the life of internal migrants in an informal squatter settlement in Kyrgyzstan's capital city, Bishkek. On the example of these internal migrants, I want to show in the end the relationship between state and society in post-Soviet Kyrgyzstan. I chose the Department of Anthropology at the University of Zurich for many reasons. First, it has a strong regional focus on Central Asia, which is where I want to be an expert of. And secondly, the University of Zurich is one of the top universities in Europe with high quality education and good conditions for student learning. And I hope by the time I complete my studies from the University of Zurich, I'll be a highly demanded specialist on the job market.
Cooperation with different academic partners all over the world is one of the key issues to move on with the anthropology as a discipline, and we have quite a lot of those. A particular close relationship we have with the Max Planck Institute for Social Anthropology, where we have founded a joint center for anthropological studies on Central Asia, which is to join forces and develop into probably the strongest group of people doing research in this part of the world.